Now I am going to tell you something about meaning of financial management. Financial management is mainly concerned with the timely procurement of adequate finance from various resources. The procurement of adequate finance. The procurement of adequate finance means that is the collection of adequate finance from various sources. So what are the sources of finance to the business? There are two types. There are two sources of finance. The one is long-term sources, another one is short-term sources of finance. The both are depend upon period only. The long-term sources of finance means more than 5 years, and the short-term sources of finance mean within 1 year. So, as a finance manager will decide what type of fund wanted to the business. So, that is as a duty of the financial manager. The procurement of adequate finance from various sources. An important function of the finance manager is to provide adequate and timely finance. Finance may be needed for different purposes. A firm may need money for purchase of fixed assets or investments in current asset. The purchase of fixed assets is a long-term process. Other one that is the investment in current assets that is short-term. So short-term investment. So therefore, it is necessary to estimate the fixed as well as working capital requirements in advance. So the financial manager, the business need and meet the various financial needs. The financial management has to identify the various sources of finance, the sources as a long-term as well as short-term finance. Their cost and the terms have be ascertained. The main sources are available for raising funds, that is the equity shares, preference share, institutional loans, debentures are the popular sources of long-term funds. At the same time, the company may also use the retained earnings for financing its needs. So finally, there are four sources of long-term finance. The one is equity shares, another one is preference shares, debentures, then retained earnings. What are the short-term sources of fund? That is credit, cash credits and bank overdraft and current liabilities are the important and sources of short-term funds. Okay, the financial management mainly concerned with timely procurement of adequate finance from various sources. That is the meaning. The another part, the second part, that is, it is at most the effective utilization for the attainment of organizational objectives. The effective utilization, that is another, that is a proper investment of fund in the business. Okay, so there are two types of investment. The investment also there are two. The one is short-term investment, another one is long-term investment. The investment decision is the most important financial decision. It is concerned with deciding the total amount of assets to be held in the firm and their composition. Composition, that is a percentage. The investments that is a proper utilization are of two types. The one is long-term investment decision, another one is that is short-term investment decision. The long-term investment decision refers to the capital expenditure decision. It also known as capital budgeting. It involves evaluation of various capital expenditure proposal in terms of their cost, revenue, profit and risk. There are so many methods available to find out the utilization of the fund in the business. Another one that is short-term investment. Short-term investment, that is short-term utilization. The short-term investment decision is concerned with the management of working capital. The working capital means it is also known as the liquidity decision. It involves the decisions regarding the investment in current assets, allocation of funds among cash, receivables and inventories. The working capital refers to the funds required for financing the day-to-day operations. The firm should have the efficient liquidity to meet the current obligations. The functions of financial management is to ensure the adequacy of working capital. The working capital management includes the cash management, receivables management, and inventory management. So finally, the financial management. What do you mean by financial management? The financial management discussed there are two main activities. The one is procurement of adequate finance and utilization of fund for the attainment of organizational objectives. Thank you.